Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is a 15 Newton meter direct drive wheelbase from Cammus. Attached to the front is a GT1 wheel, and together, this combination is $650 US. Watch out, Fanatec and Moza, because this thing may disrupt the budget direct drive market. I'm Jesse, this is Bartman's Bits, and today we are looking at a product from a company that was born into racing, with products ranging from car mods to sim gear to supercars. Let's take a look. Quick disclaimer, Cammus did send me this product for free to create a product review. They do not have any influence on this video, and what is said in it is completely my own opinion. While you enjoy some footage of me using this wheel to crash horrifically in Dirt Rally 2, here are the specs. It's got 15 Newton meters of torque from a direct drive servo motor, a 360 watt power brick. It comes with a quick disconnect for swapping out wheels. There is software as well as an app for tweaking it, and because I received the combo, it's also got a GT1 wheel. There's also connections in the back for all of your accessories, and the connection to your PC is through USB-B. All right, let's take a closer look. The housing is all aluminum, and it's a unit for sure. Chungus indeed. Around back, there is a whole slew of ports for pedals, e-stop, shifter, and a lot more. You've also got the USB-B connection and power connector. There's a fan in the back that does, in fact, turn on. I know this because it does so quite often, and it is not quiet. Take a listen. This is over my already pretty loud 3090 Ti and the AC. It also turns on and off when you aren't using the wheel, which can be annoying when the room is quiet. For mounting options, you have 4 threaded holes in the bottom, or you can use the channels shown here to mount it from the side. Let's talk about the wheel. The leather on this wheel feels pretty high quality, and it seems like it's gonna last a long time. I usually drive with gloves on with the Fanatec wheels because even after a couple minutes of driving without, I can feel the stickiness starting to form. For the Cammus wheel, I did all my testing without gloves on, and it still feels like it's brand new. There's carbon fiber on the switch box, and it's carbon fiber for the paddles as well. The paddles are adjustable and have a very smooth actuation with a satisfying click. The throw is a bit longer than the wheels from Fanatec, but that had no impact on my driving. Now, let's talk about the buttons. They aren't great, but then again, they do what buttons are supposed to do. You have to cut costs somewhere to get the price down on a direct drive combo like this, and I would much rather have that savings be in a button that doesn't feel as premium rather than cutting costs in more important components. Starting with the base. On the left side, there is a 3-position on top, 2 rotary switches, then 2 push buttons at the bottom. On the right, it starts with a 3-position momentary switch, a push button power, then 3 push buttons to finish it off. Like I said, the buttons do what they're supposed to, but they do feel pretty basic. Same with the rotary and 3-position switches. Functional, but not the best quality. It's not like I think they're gonna break, but they don't have the same high quality feel as some of the other offerings. It is nice to see the additional buttons on the base, but overall, I feel like there could have been more time spent on the type of buttons and the switches used. If you take a look at this wheel from Fanatec, you can see the quality of the switches and joysticks. This can be used comfortably as a mouse and keyboard replacement. The Cammus wheel, not so much. One issue is the location of the power button. You need to reach past the wheel to turn it off if there's an emergency. If you have an F1 style wheel that's flopping around, that's not the best place to be putting your hand. And on top of that, you need to press it in for a bit and hold it to shut it off. This does have an option for adding an e-stop, but that'll cost you extra. I'd like to see wheel-based manufacturers start including e-stops or at least easier to reach switches. Possibly putting a guarded one like this. The quick disconnect is solid and pretty easy to get on and off. There is a button on the side that needs to be pressed in to allow the collar to be pulled back completely. It's a little awkward at first, but once you do it a few times, you can swap the wheel out very quickly. Once connected, it's a solid engagement and there is absolutely no play. The motor in this has a lot of torque. 15 Newton meters is quite the handful and can meet or even exceed the actual steering torque found in most race cars. It is a noticeable upgrade to the Fanatec CSL DD that I usually use, and strong enough that I have to let go of the wheel if I crash. High torque numbers are great and all, but they don't tell the whole story. Steering feedback is more than just loading up the tires and fighting on the corners. It's feeling the tires slip, the curb on an F1 track, or like a tire puncture in a rally car. The Cammus DDWB can put up a fight around the corners, but those fine details that help you bring down those lap times, they're lost. In a straight line, this feedback shows back up again, But the second those tires load up, the overall feel of the base is pretty numb. Turning down the overall force can help bring back some of that resolution and free up some torque for feeling the car. Now the software, well, it's a bit buggy, but overall, it's functional. You can change parameters such as force feedback percentage, natural dampening, spring, and others, as well as having a page for checking buttons and the status of the wheel. Now, I've had this lockup a few times, and it seems like every time I change a setting, it disconnects and reconnects. But like I said, it's functional. Now, a neat trick that this budget wheel has is an app that allows you to change the most important parameters through your phone. It was a seamless setup, and I gotta be honest here, it's a game changer for me. I like tweaking settings on the fly, and this allows me to stay in game and fine tune as I'm driving. Every wheelbase needs to have this ASAP. Time to wrap up. So what's the final verdict on this? At $650 for the base and the wheel, and that high 15 Newton meter torque figure, you'd be hard pressed to find a better option. This is a great first wheel for someone that is on a budget. I love my Fanatec CSL DD, but I'm gonna have a hard time going back to it after using this. If you turn the total force feedback down, you will gain some of the much needed resolution to really feel what the car is doing. Even turning the total force down, you will still be above the max torque of the Moza R9 and Fanatec CSL DD. It's big and bulky and needs some improvement, but this can get you into sim racing with much more punch than the higher price competition. With a solid app to change parameters and a sturdy quick disconnect system, the features you get with this combo outweigh its lack of refinement. It is a great time to be in sim racing with options like this available. If you want to check out the Cammus direct drive wheelbase and GT1 wheel, head down to the description below and click on the link. You will also find my website where you can pick up some t-shirts to help out the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.